Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through the Gold Coast versus Brisbane game, a game that I was actually able to watch 2/3 of it, I'd say. I missed, I think, most of the first quarter, but other than that, I watched it sort of on and off with some other, I was flicking through some channels, but I mostly watched this game, which was actually a decent game to watch. Whitford got off the 99 train. It would have been funny if she had again got 99. That would have been 3 in a row, which is rare for any number, let alone it be 99. Row bottom showed out. Side was actually really good intercepting. Darcy did alright. Single was a little bit low and was one that could still go out at this point in time, but I don't think I can reach anyone notable for her, so I'm trying to hold my assets and wait to go big next week with single up to hopefully Nina Morrison again has a high break even, so hopefully I can go to her next week. But yeah, before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So, as you can see here, it was 21.57. That was a pretty easy prediction, to be honest with you. DUPUY 103. She was actually huge, I believe, after quarter time. Yeah, you can see that third quarter she was absolutely humongous in. Outside of that, she got a couple of 19s and 17s. But as we said, as I said earlier in the year, it seems to ring true when a person gets a 40 or so point quarter, 45, 50, they're pretty much destined to go 100 unless for injury or something like that, as it's pretty easy to ride a couple of 19s and a 17, as you can see here for a 103. You could even see that 17 turn into a 14 or something like that, and she'll get there she'll get to the 100. So, and then you have row bottom here, just ultra consistent, 27, 27, 23, 24 for the 101. Whitford decided not to turn up in the second. So she was on 37 at half time and then blitzed her way to 78 at three-quarter time. So I was like, okay, this might be a 110 here. And still got to the 100, which was good because she was she was at M5, which getting 100 for your whole midfield is actually pretty good. Something I probably don't think I've ever achieved in the men's. Obviously with 8, it's a lot harder, especially there being rookies there. But I think in the women's, getting all 5 is a good achievement. At least getting to 100. I saw some people that had a low of a 118, I think, in their midfield for this week, which sort of shows that it was a huge week. But yeah, just with 100 was pretty nice. But would have been funny if she got 99, to be honest, for the third week running. But she actually got a positive count back, which was good, rather than the 2 negative countbacks of 5 or 6. So maybe they were adding a couple on for last couple of weeks, taking her away. Saad must have had at least 6 or 7 intercept marks. It was kind of ridiculous, and the way she plays it's quite funny how relaxed she is when she has the ball at her in her hands, and how someone could easily just tackle her, but she seems so casual about it. Single here just struggled in the third. If she'd gotten 20 in the third, that would be an 81. We'd looking at that being like, yeah, that's really good. She's matched pretty much 4. That's job done. But she was 18 short, 19 short of 4, which sort of is annoying. But hopefully she can bounce back. Who do they have next week? As I give away partially probably my trades. They've got Port Adelaide. She'll be on Dowrick, I reckon, or Phillips. That'll be fine. I think she'll towel up there. Drennan, 57, Bella, 57, just nothing really to talk about there. Carney, 55, Clayton, Davies, Aarons, Gervin, Stanton, nothing here really to talk about aside from that for Gold Coast. Then we move over to Brisbane. Don't have any Brisbane players currently, which is something, well, actually I should say I don't have any Brisbane players for round 7. Round 8, it looks like I will have some Brisbane players just with their 300k girls coming in and having decent scores. So Anderson with another 100. She's just ultra consistent. 23, 27, 21, 29. When you get quarters like that, it's really easy to stack up the 100. And then Hickey here was really consistent. Probably on for the ton if she had actually turned up in the last quarter, but decided to just call it quits. And only got 8 in the last. So did Davidson and Dawes, and they were all on for 90 plus scores there realistically. And even you could say Allinger to a certain extent, 84. If we look at the stats here, you can see a lot of the top tier girls, as we said here, are going 12, 11, 10 sort of marks and tackles. Hickey is a little bit of an outlier just because she has that 19 hit outs, which sort of, if you take hit outs as they're 7 points for a mark and a tackle, right? So say that's what does that add up to? Say 2 tackles. Then we get to 11. 11 would be so say it's 4 tackles and 1 mark or something like that, or you could do say 4 tackles and 1 mark. Then that's 5 and 4. 5 and 7, which is again 12, as I was talking about with the marks and tackles, if you try and split up the hitouts. Davidson with 7, that was a weird one, but she had the goals as well, which 7, that's 1 and 1, so that's also 7 and 2 now, so you're getting 9, that's not as bad. With the 2 free kicks, 4. And then also down here you have Savak and Cohen here, 11 and 10. They don't need disposals to get a decent enough, well, an all-right score, I should say. Savak would be, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, Savak. Would be alright. She would be a great prospect or great asset if she had another 8 or 9 disposals, because that would be in the 90s, that score. Postlethwaite 55 is a really good score for anyone that has her. I'm pretty sure she would have gone up. Let's just look here. She actually went down 8k. That's surprising. For a 55. Don't really know how she's done that. She must have gained so much in that North Melbourne game with a 63. But yeah, so she went down a little bit. It's kind of surprising. Monaghan, Campbell, Hodder, Bolts, Mullins, Hampson, Wedland to 29 is good for a 300k, and that's what I'm saying about her. Hopefully she can find a way to get some cash in next week, because she looks like one of the ones that I'll be bringing in if she has a midfield role. Let's just look at her player stats here. You can see that first game she had 0 CBAs, 47% time on ground for a 17, playing mostly as a half forward. So we'll see what her stats look like this week, and whether she got any midfield role as. If we look here on the bench, you'll see that she's on the bench for me. They're playing Adelaide, which is a tough matchup, so I don't expect her to do terribly well. But I mean, she's the best of sort of a bad lot of rookies, so maybe she can score well in a tough matchup, something like that. But we'll see. Ultimately, I'm just trying to find anything I can for 300k, which Wedland seems like a player that could easily get some game time, not terribly much, but we'll see what happens there. But anyway, another short video again, as not much to talk about in this game, to be honest with you. We sort of know the standout players in Rowbottom, Whitford, and Single to a certain extent. And then for Brisbane, it's sort of Anderson, Hickey, Davidson, and Dawes. And that's pretty much it for everyone. There's no rookies outstanding here, to be honest. Sort of 300kers, and all the rookies, they sort of phase out after 1 or 2 games rather than really 4, 5, 6 games that the men have. But I mean, it's a different comp, as we were talking about yesterday, so got to almost get out of that thought of trying to compare it to the men's. But that's the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.